Hey Jake, this is Tristan with Big Picture SEO. We spoke on the phone a little bit ago and I told you I'd shoot you this video showing you a couple different ways to boost your guys' online presence, and this is that video. I don't want to take up a lot of your time with this, so I'm just going to get straight into it. Now, before I tell you the different things that you can do, I want to show you where you currently lie in Google's ranks. So I put your domain here into this tool I like to use. It's called Ahrefs. It shows me websites' analytical data. And I'll get to what all of this means throughout the video, but we're going to stick with traffic and keywords for now. So traffic is going to be the amount of people that come onto your website a month, and that's one. And then keywords are the words and phrases that Google deems are common search terms and that you want to be ranking for and found for. So if we go in, we can take a look here at what's bringing you the traffic. And so Richmond Painting, painter in Richmond. I'm trying to find actually where you're getting that one from. And it looks like it's not being picked up, which means you probably aren't getting that anymore. Maybe you are, but it's not updated yet. But you're ranking with the right words. I usually tell people, stay location oriented and buyer intent. And you've done that. So you have Richmond Painting, obviously location, painter in Richmond, location here, painting service, buyer intent and location, again painting. And then between these, this is like about 2,000 to 2,500 almost searches. So yeah, you're definitely ranking, but you just don't have the power behind your website to boost you up through the position. And positioning is just the place that you are organically in Google. So if we looked up Richmond Painting, you'd be about the 27th website that would show, and actually probably would be exactly, since this was only updated a day ago, the 27th organic website that would pop up. And then as a result, from being on the second, almost third page of Google, you get 0 people on your website a month. So I have your number one competitor when it comes to organically ranking Google, or one of the top. I know that Wow One Day Painting is ahead of them, but I don't like to use national companies as examples because they have such a high domain rating, since all their path websites are built off of their main website, which is giving them a lot of power. But they still get 782 people a month on their website, and they're ranking with 284 keywords. So we can go in and we can see how they're getting their traffic, and to show you why positioning matters. So Slocum Painters, that's this could be searched around the country, so it's not 250 directly in Richmond. But Painters in Richmond is directly in Richmond, so they get 500. There's 500 searches a month from this key term. They're in the third position, so they get 73 people a month on their website, which is a really good conversion. You're usually looking for about like 10% when you're in the first, and they're getting over that in the third. Painter Richmond, so the sixth position, another 500 searches, the sixth position, so they get 37. Painters Richmond VA, 400. They're in the fourth position, so they get 36. Painter in Richmond, 500. Again, eighth position, so they get 24. So it's all the same keywords you're ranking for. And if we go down a little bit, actually, I don't think you had interior painters. That could be wrong. Sorry if I am. Exterior. I have interior painter. Keep going down a little bit. So cabinet refinishing. I bet there's some for that in Richmond. Oh yeah, cabinet refinishing Richmond. So that's 150 searches. To go through, I don't think that's one you had actually. Yeah, so that's one you could add to your site if that's services you offer to capture a wider audience there. Painting contractor in Richmond. Let's just see if you had that real quick. Yeah, so you're in Richmond VA. Is that the exact one there? Okay, yeah. So you have the majority of what they have, and again, it's just coming down to the power behind your website. So if we move back to the overview, and same for you. The way that you're going to bring power back to your website is with backlinks. And a backlink is just your website, or excuse me, a website with a link in it that refers back to a website. So for example, if I could click this and it took me back to your guys' website, that would be a backlink. And then a referring domain is going to be the website that has the link in it. So you guys have 5 websites linking back to you with a total of 266 links. So we can go in real quick and see what those 5 are. So you have expertise, super pages, big yellow, and then MoveZoo, and that's where all of your links are coming from pretty much, and then paintersup.com. So all directories here, and a directory is just a website that allows you to put your business's information in it, so things like expertise and super pages and yellow pages and big yellow and MoveZoo and PaintersUp. But if we go back to your competitor here, if we go through, he's not just going to have directories, he'll probably have some guest posts in there and whatnot, so we won't look at. So he has blogs as well, and blogs are really good because authenticity and credibility in Google's eyes is huge. Their algorithms are made to deter spam like and bot sites. So anything that you can do to make yourself look more like a real person definitely favors in your ranking. So going out and posting a blog on some whatever page, talking about anything random, like about how certain paint keeps your wall from warping outside or this or that, whatever it is, and then linking back to yourself is a really good way to help your power and your trust rating, your domain rating. Homeblue.com. Hey guys, that's Yellow Page, another blog here. Dino System. This looks like it might be, no, this is a blog here. Blog, Easy Local, NW Sensor Business. I'm not sure. Passive Painters of Virginia, so this would be another directory. You would have to go through all 300, or I guess 321 of their backlinks and see exactly how they're getting their power, and get, whatever they're in. So I'm not saying the most important thing with backlinks is that they're not created equal. I'm not saying to go out and buy 500 to beat them out just by number. You have to make sure that the authority is behind it and the relevancy is behind it as well. You can't just have a pizza, for example, Pizza Hut link going back to you, because when Google crawls and indexes that, the algorithm is going to see a pizza place is linking back to a painting company. That doesn't make much sense, so we're not going to transfer the power on that. And then again, they have 126 websites referring back to them, so that's also part of it. It makes them, they have a more wide capture on the internet, not necessarily for traffic, but for Google's eyes. It doesn't look like they're only being listed in a couple different websites. And again, you had like 259 just from one. So they're in all these blogs and writing. So these are blogs here. Site like, I think, is a directories. Domain for free. Our domain info free. This is like a blog spot, and all a blog spot is a website that allows you to go in and post your URL or your domain in exchange for like $5 to $20 is a good baseline, and then we'll transfer power for that. But I mean, that can go all the way up to $100. It just depends on how authoritative the link is. DIY, so there's a blog here, similars, dirty oil sands, blogs, so a lot of blogs in here, which is going to be that either going out and paying to get your domain listed so you can match the DR here, or going out and posting a whole bunch of blogs and linking back to yourself is how you're going to beat these guys out. But that's pretty much, and also citations. So a citation is just your business's name, address, and phone number, and you're going to list those inside of directories, and I referred to that earlier. A directory, again, is just a website that allows you to do that pretty much. And the more citations that you list, like there's literally hundreds out there. You were in like 5 of them. And there were, quite a few. I don't think you were in local Yahoo. I think you had expertise. I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, so you had expertise. And then, Yellow Pages, a local database, my local services, site like Similars, I think is one. And then, there's literally hundreds out there. The more that you list yourself in, the more authentic it makes you look, and the more credible it makes you look. So after, being ranked in the top here, you're going to be ranking in here if you have the proper amount of citations. And even if you don't start ranking in here, obviously being listed in things like Yelp and Angie's and Home Advisor and whatnot only helps your outreach at the end of the day. So you can get another customer from that, another customer or two from that every month. So it's not a bad idea if you don't even want to rank in here just to get that extra outreach. So that's the basics of ranking on Google. I do offer these services. So if this is something you feel like you might be interested in, feel free to reach back out to me. My number is 812-827-3138. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and thank you for your time.